What if I told you that high blood pressure isn't really a disease at all, that it's not some mysterious lifelong condition you just have to manage with pills forever, but actually a symptom, a warning light flashing on your body's dashboard? We've been told that nearly 90% of hypertension cases have no known cause. But that's not just misleading, it's deeply profitable. Because when you label something as unknown, you open the door to long-term prescriptions and make billions for pharmaceutical companies, while patients remain stuck in the same cycle year after year. But today, we're pulling back the curtain to explore the real hidden root cause of high blood pressure, a cause that may have less to do with the heart itself and more to do with a deeper metabolic imbalance that's often overlooked in traditional treatment. The encouraging news: there's a science-backed approach that many people can begin using today, naturally, and without relying solely on medication. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. Let's dive in. Let's start with something many people never hear from their doctors. High blood pressure often isn't caused by the heart itself, it's caused by insulin resistance. That might sound surprising, but it's true. Your blood vessels are lined with a special layer of cells called the endothelium, and embedded in that layer are tiny insulin receptors. These receptors play a critical role in keeping your arteries relaxed and flexible. When they function properly, insulin signals the blood vessels to widen and allow blood to flow freely. But when these receptors become damaged, usually due to long-term insulin resistance, your arteries lose their ability to relax. The result: a gradual but persistent increase in blood pressure. There's more. Insulin resistance doesn't just impair the ability to dilate blood vessels, it also causes calcium overload inside the cells. Calcium in the wrong place causes muscles to contract, including the smooth muscle lining your arteries. This constriction raises blood pressure even further. In fact, this is why many doctors prescribe calcium channel blockers to try to relax the vessels artificially. But here's the issue: if we never address the root cause, insulin resistance, we're only managing the symptoms. The role of insulin in regulating blood pressure is well documented in scientific literature, yet it's often ignored in mainstream treatment plans. That oversight keeps many people on long-term medications without ever getting to the real solution. Now let's talk about something even fewer people have heard of: a natural protective barrier inside your arteries called the glycocalyx. Think of it like a Teflon coating in a frying pan. It protects the inner surface of your blood vessels from damage, inflammation, and clotting. But just like that non-stick coating can be ruined by harsh chemicals, your glycocalyx can be destroyed by high levels of sugar, especially glucose and fructose. It's almost ironic: sugar, a form of energy, ends up corroding the sugar-based protective layer in your arteries. This damage leads to a chain reaction. First comes inflammation, then calcium buildup, then micro-tears in the arteries, and eventually full-blown hypertension. It's like acid rain wearing down your body's most vital plumbing system. So how do we fix this? The fastest, most effective path starts with changing the way we eat and when we eat. Two strategies stand out: a low-carb diet and intermittent fasting. Both are proven to reduce insulin resistance by giving your body a break from constantly processing sugar. But that's not all. We also need to support the arteries with targeted nutrients. First, vitamin D3 in high doses, ranging from 10,000 to 30,000 IUs daily, has been shown to improve endothelial function and help repair the vessel lining. Then there's magnesium glycinate, a highly absorbable form of magnesium. This mineral is critical because it does three things at once. It pulls calcium out of places it doesn't belong, it helps relax constricted blood vessels, and it lowers stress hormones like cortisol that can spike your blood pressure. Even better, magnesium and vitamin D work together. One won't function properly without the other. As we continue to strengthen the arteries and bring blood pressure back into balance, two powerful but often overlooked nutrients come into play: potassium and sulfur. Let's start with potassium. This essential mineral works hand in hand with sodium to maintain fluid balance, but more importantly, it helps relax the smooth muscle walls of your arteries, directly lowering blood pressure. Potassium also plays a key role in rebuilding the glycocalyx, the protective layer that guards your blood vessels from internal damage. You can find potassium in whole foods like avocados, spinach, and sweet potatoes, or if needed in supplement form, often around 1,000 mg per serving. But don't just think of it as a mineral, think of it as your arteries reset button. Now let's talk about sulfur, a nutrient that flies completely under the radar but is critical to vascular health. Sulfur is necessary for repairing the inner lining of the blood vessels, and it directly supports the regeneration of the glycocalyx. But here's the key: don't reach for sulfur pills. The best sources of sulfur come from real whole foods, especially pasture-raised eggs and grass-fed red meat. There's a lot of confusion around these foods, with outdated beliefs that cholesterol in eggs or red meat is bad for blood pressure. But the science is shifting. These foods are nutrient-dense powerhouses, not enemies. In fact, they provide the building blocks your body needs to restore damaged arteries and reverse the silent processes behind hypertension. Of course, while adding the right nutrients is essential, removing the wrong ones is just as important. One of the biggest drivers of hypertension today is the overwhelming presence of refined carbohydrates in the modern diet. Sugar and starch create constant insulin spikes, which damage the insulin receptors and erode the glycocalyx. But there's a hidden threat too: seed oils like soybean corn and canola oil. These oils are highly inflammatory and have been linked to oxidative stress inside the blood vessels. Even more dangerous are hidden carbs, those tucked into processed foods, sauces, salad dressings, and snacks. That's why keeping a simple food journal can be a game changer. Write down everything you eat for a week, and you'll start seeing patterns you didn't realize were sabotaging your efforts. And as you make these changes, consider using a home blood pressure monitor to track your progress throughout the day. It's empowering to see your body responding, and it keeps you motivated. Finally, here's something most people don't realize. Even if you're doing everything right, your blood pressure might not fully drop if your stress levels are too high. If your systolic number, the top number, is staying elevated, the root may lie in your sympathetic nervous system. This is your body's fight-or-flight response, and when it stays turned on due to chronic stress, it signals your blood vessels to remain tight. That's why sleep hygiene, gentle daily walks, and stress-reducing herbs like ashwagandha can be so valuable. Even adding extra magnesium at night can help your nervous system unwind. Remember, it's not just about diet. It's about creating a whole-body environment where healing can happen. And sometimes the most powerful medicine is a good night's sleep and a quiet moment to breathe. So let's bring everything together. At the heart of high blood pressure isn't just a number on a screen or a random malfunction, it's insulin resistance. This metabolic imbalance quietly damages the very system designed to keep your blood pressure in check. But the good news is that healing is absolutely within reach. It starts with a low-carb diet and intermittent fasting, two powerful tools to restore insulin sensitivity and give your body a break from the constant sugar load. Add in the right support: magnesium, potassium, vitamin D3, and sulfur-rich whole foods like eggs and grass-fed meats. These aren't just nutrients, they're the raw materials your arteries need to rebuild and function the way nature intended. But we can't forget the emotional and neurological side of healing. High blood pressure is often fueled by more than just food. It's also impacted by stress, poor sleep, and the constant rush of modern life. That's why consistent stress management, better rest, and daily moments of calm are just as critical as what's on your plate. Remember, true healing happens when all systems are in balance, not just the cardiovascular system, but the nervous system, the endocrine system, and even your mindset. You don't need to live with high blood pressure. You don't need to feel trapped by prescriptions or stuck in a cycle of symptoms. You have the power to heal your arteries, balance your body, and take back control, starting today, one simple choice at a time. If this message resonates with you, try this approach and share your experience in the comments. We'd love to hear how your journey unfolds. If you learned something new today, give this video a like And don't forget to subscribe for more science-backed heart-smart healing strategies from True Health Way. Your path to better health is already beginning. Thank you for walking it with us.